Hello all. Today we are going to start unit 2 of digital image processing, that is image enhancement in spatial domain. First, what is meant by image enhancement? Image enhancement is the process of improving the quality and information content of original data before processing. The common practices include contrast enhancement, spatial filtering, density slicing, and FCC. Image enhancement algorithms are commonly applied to remotely sense data to improve the appearance of an image, and a new enhanced image is produced. The enhanced image is generally easier to interpret than the original image. Next, what is the goal of the image enhancement? The goal of image enhancement is to improve the usefulness of an image for a given task, such as providing a more subjectively pleasing image for a human viewing. In image enhancement, little or no attempt is made to estimate the actual image degradation process, and the techniques are often ad HOC. Image enhancement approaches fall into two broad categories. That is, first one is a spatial domain method and second one is the frequency domain method. We will see one by one. The first is the spatial domain method. The term spatial domain refers to the image plane itself, and approaches in this category are based on the direct manipulation of pixels in an image. Next one is the frequency domain method. In a frequency domain processing, techniques are based on modifying the Fourier transform of an image. Enhancing an image provides better contrast and a more detailed image as compared to non-enhanced image. Image enhancement has a very good applications. It is used to enhance medical images captured in remote sensing, image from satellite, etc. As indicated previously, the term spatial domain refer to the aggregate of pixel composing an image. Then next one is the spatial domain. Spatial domain methods are procedures that operate directly on this pixel. Image enhancement has a very good applications. It is used to enhance medical images captured in remote sensing, images from satellite, etc. As indicated previously, the spatial domain refers to the aggregate of pixel composing an image. The spatial domain methods are the procedures that operate directly on these pixels. The spatial domain processes will be denoted by the expression, that is g of x comma y is equal to t function of x comma y, where f of xy is the input image, g of xy is the output image, and t is an operator on a field f defined over a neighborhood of a point x comma y. The operator can be applied to a single image, our principal focus of this chapter, or to set of images, such as performing the pixel by pixel sum of sequence of images for a noise reduction. The principal approach on defining a neighborhood pixel or neighborhood about a point x comma y is to use a square or a rectangular sub-image area center at x comma y as figure shows below. The center of the sub-image is moved from the pixel to pixel starting, say, at the top left corner. The operator t is applied at each location x comma y to yield the output g at that location. The process utilizes only the pixel in the area of the image spanned by the neighborhood. The figure shows the 3 by 3 neighborhood about the point x comma y in an image. The process that figure shows illustrates consists of moving the origin of the neighborhood from the pixel to pixel and applying the operator t to the pixel in the neighborhood to yield the output at that location. Thus, for any specific location x comma y, the value of the output image g at those coordinates is equal to the result of applying t to the neighborhood with the origin at x comma y in f. For example, suppose that the neighborhood is a square of size 3 by 3 and that operator t is defined as the compute the average intensity of the neighborhood. Consider an arbitrary location in an image, say 100, 150, assuming that the origin of the neighborhood is its center. The result g of 100, 150 at the location is compute as the location at that location is computed as the sum of f of 100, 150 and its 8 neighbors divided by 9. That is the average intensity of a pixels m composed by the neighborhood. The origin of the neighborhood is then moved to the next location and the procedure is repeated to generate the next value of the output image g. Typically, the process starts at the top left of the input image and proceed pixel by pixel in a horizontal scan, one row at a time. When the origin of the neighborhood is at the border of the image, part of the neighborhood will reside output the image. The procedure is either to ignore the outside neighbors in the computations specified by t or to pad the image with the border of zeros or some other specified intensity values. The thickness of the padded border depends on the size of neighborhood. Then our next topic is gray level transformation. The spatial filtering in which the neighborhood along with a predefined operation is called as spatial filter, also referred to as a spatial mask, kernel, template or window. The type of operation performed in the neighborhood determines the nature of the filtering process. The simplest form of T is when the neighborhood is of size 1 by 1, that is a single pixel. In this case, G depends only on the value of f at x comma y and t becomes gray level. It's also called as intensity or mapping transformation function of the form, that is s is equal to t of r, where r is the pixel of the input image and s is the pixel of the output image. The t is the transformation function that maps each value of r to the each value of s, where for a simplicity in notation, S and R are variables denoting respectively the intensity of G and F at any point x comma y. For example, if T of R has the form shown in figure A, the effect of this transformation would be to produce an image of a higher contrast than the original by darkening the levels below M and brightening the level above M in the original image. In this technique known as a contrast stretching, the value of R below M are compressed by the transformation function into a narrow range of S towards black. The opposite effects can take place for the values of R above M. In the limiting case shown in figure B, T of R produces a two-level, that is a binary image. A mapping of this form is called a thresholding function. The figure shows the gray level transformation functions for a contrast enhancement. Basically, the enhancement is the process of manipulating an image so that the result is more suitable than the original for a specific application. The word specific is important here because it establishes at the outset that Enhancement techniques are problem oriented. Thus, for example, a method that is quite useful for enhancing X-ray images may not be the best approach for enhancing satellite images in the infrared band of the electromagnetic spectrum. Then our next topic is basic gray level transformation. The basic gray level transformation is categorized into 4 categories. That is, first one is image negative, next one is log transformation, third one is power law transformation, and last one is piecewise linear transformation function. We will discuss one by one. First one is linear transformation. First, we will look at the linear transformation. The linear transformation include the simple identity and negative transformation. Identity transformation has been discussed in our tutorial of the image transformation, but a brief description or a brief discussion of this transformation has been given here. That is, identity transition is shown by a straight line. In this transition, each value of the input image is directly mapped to each other value of output image. That results in the same input image and output image, and hence it is called as identity transformation. It has been shown below. The figure shows the linear transformation between input and output. That is the identity transformation. Then the next one is the negative transformation. The second linear transformation is a negative transformation, which is the invert of identity transformation. In a negative transformation, each value of the input image is subtracted from the L-1 and mapped on to the output image. Then what is meant by image negative? The image negative with the gray level values in the range of 0 to L-1 is obtained by the negative transformations of, or negative transformation is given by S is equal to T of R, or S is equal to L-1 minus R, where R is the gray level values at pixel x comma y. L is the largest gray level consist in the image. It result in getting photograph negative. It is useful when for enhancing while detail embedded in a dark region of the image. The overall graph of this transition has been shown below. The graph shows the some basic gray level transformation functions used for image enhancement. Reversing the intensity level of an image in this manner produces the equivalent of a photographic negative. This type of processing is particularly suitable for enhancing white or gray detail embedded in a dark region of an image, especially when the black areas are dominant in size. The figure shows the basic intensity transform functions. All the curves are were scaled to fit in the range shown. In this case, the following transitions has been done. That is, S is equal to L-1 minus R. Since the input image of Einstein is an 8 bpp image, so the number of levels in each this image are 256. Putting 256 in this equation, we get this S is equal to 255 minus R. So each value is subtracted by 255 and the result image has been shown above. So what happened is that the lighter pixel becomes dark and the darker picture become light, and it result in image negative. It has been shown in this graph below. The negative transformation is shown in this graph. Then our next topic is logarithmic transformation. The logarithmic transformation further contain two types of transformation. That is, the first one is the log transformation and second one is the inverse log transformation. First one is the log transformation. The general form of the log transformation is defined by this formula, that is S is equal to C log R plus 1, where S and R are the pixel values of the output and input image, and C is the constant. The value 1 is added to each pixel each of the pixel value of the input image, because if there is a pixel intensity of 0 in the image, then log 0 is equal to infinity. So 1 is the added to make the minimum value at least 1. Here C is constant and it's assumed that R is greater than or equal to 0. The shape of the log curve as shown in figure shows that this transformation maps a narrow range of low intensity values in the input into the wider range of the output levels. The opposite is true of higher values of input levels. We use a transformation of this type to expand the values of a dark pixel in an image while corresponding to the higher level while compressing the higher level values. The opposite is true of inverse log transformation. It's opposite for inverse log transformation. Any curve having the general shape of the log function as we shown in a above figure would accomplish this spreading or compressing of an intensity level in an image. But the power law transformation discussed in the next section are much more versatile for this purpose. The log function has the important characteristics that it compresses the dynamic range of the images with variation in pixel values. A classical illustration of an application in which pixel value have a large dynamic range is the Fourier spectrum. During the log transformation, the dark pixel in an image are expanded as compared to the higher pixel value. The higher pixel values are kind of a compressed in log transformation. This results in the following image enhancement. And another way of representing log transformation is that is enhanced detail in the darker region of an image at the expense of detail in the brighter region. That is denoted by T of f is equal to C into log of 1 plus R. Here C is a constant and R is the greater than or equal to 0. The shape of the curve shows that this transformation map the narrow range of low gray level values in the input image into the wider range of output image. The figure shows the log transformation curve input versus output. Then our next gray level transformation is power law transformation. There are further two transformation is power law transformation that include first one is nth power and second one is nth root transformation. This transformation can be given by the expression that is S is equal to CR gamma. The symbol gamma is the symbol y like is called as the gamma, and due to which this transformation is also known as a gamma transformation, because the formula includes the gamma symbol, therefore it is also called as a gamma transformation. The variation in the values of gamma varies the enhancement of the image. Different display devices or monitors have their own gamma correction. That's why they display their image at a different intensity, where C and G are the positive constant. Sometimes the equation is written as S is equal to C R plus E gamma to account of an offset, that is a measurable output when the input is 0. Plot of S versus R for the various value of gamma are shown in figure. As in this case of log transformation, power law curves with a fractional value of gamma map a narrow range of dark input values into the wider range of output values, with the opposite being true for higher values of input level. Unlike the log function, however, we notice here a family of possible transformation curves obtained simply by varying gamma. In figure that the curves generated with values of gamma is greater than 1 have exactly the opposite effect as those generated with the values of gamma less than 1. Finally, we note that the equation reduces to the identity transformation when C is equal to gamma is equal to 1. A variety of devices used for image capture, printing, and display respond according to a power law. By convention, the exponent in the power law equation is referred to as gamma. Hence, our use of this symbol in equation we already discussed. The process used to correct this power law response phenomena is called as gamma correction. For example, in CRT means cathode ray tube. Devices have an intensity to voltage response, that is the power function, with the exponent varying from approximately 1.8 to 2.5. With the reference to the curve for the gamma is equal to 2.5 as we show in a next figure, we will see that such a display system would tend to produce an image that are darker than intended. This figure shows the plot of the equation S is equal to CR gamma for various values of gamma. C is equal to 1 in all cases. We have already discussed the detail about this figure. Expand bright values, the gamma is less than 1. Similar to the log transformation, expand dark values compresses bright values. When C is equal to gamma is equal to 1, it reduces to identity transformation. Then the following equation shows the correcting gamma. S is equal to CR gamma, or S is equal to CR raised to 1 upon 2.5. The same image but with a different gamma values have been shown here. Here the gamma value is 1 or 2.5 or 1 to 2. Gamma correction is important if displaying an image accurately on a computer screen is of concern. Images that are not corrected properly can look either bleached out or, what is more likely, to dark. Trying to reproduce the color accurately also requires some knowledge of gamma correction, because varying the values of gamma changes not only the intensity but also the ratios of red to green to blue in a color image. The gamma correction has become increasingly important in the past few years as the use of digital images for the commercial purpose over the intensity has increased. It is not unusual that images created for a popular website will be viewed by millions of people, the majority of whom will have a different monitors and or monitor setting. Some computer systems even have partial gamma correction built in. Also, the current image standards do not contain the value of gamma with which an image was created, thus complicating the issue further. Given this constraint, a reasonable approach when storing images in a website is to pre-process the images with a gamma that represent an average of the types of monitors and computer system that one expects in the open market at any given point in a time. Then our next topic is, or next transformation is, piecewise linear transformation function. A complementary approach to the method discussed in the previous 3 sections is to use piecewise linear function. The principal advantage of piecewise linear functions over the type of functions which we have discussed thus far is that the form of piecewise function can be arbitrarily complex. The principal disadvantage of piecewise function is that their specification require considerably more user input. The piecewise linear transformation function consists of the following categories. That is, first one is the contrast stretching. Contrast stretching. One of the simplest piecewise linear function is a contrast stretching transformation. The low contrast images can result from a poor illumination lack of dynamic range in the imaging sensor or even wrong setting of a lens aperture during the image acquisition. It is denoted by, that is, S is equal to T of R. Figure X of A shows a typical transformation used for a contrast stretching. The location of the point R1, S1 and R2, S2 control the shape of the transformation. This figure shows the representation of contrast stretching. First, A figure shows the form of transformation function. The function, if R1 is equal to S1 and R2 is equal to S2, the transformation is a linear function that produces no changes in the gray levels. If R1 is equal to R2, S1 is equal to 0 and S2 is equal to L minus 1, the transformation becomes a thresholding function that creates a binary image as shown in figure B. Figure B shows a low contrast stretching. Intermediate values of R1, A is equal to R1 and S1 is equal to B, A is equal to R2 and S2B produces various degrees of spread in the gray levels of the output image, thus affecting its contrast. In general, R1 is less than is equal to R2 and S1 is less than is equal to S2 is assumed so that the function is single value and monotonically increasing. The figure C shows the result of high contrast stretching and the D shows the result of thresholding. Original image courtesy of Dr. Roger Hedy, Research School of Biological Science, Australian National University, Canberra, Australia. The figure representation is all about the contrast stretching. The figure X of B shows an 8-bit image with low contrast, and figure X of C shows the result of contrast stretching obtained by setting R1 S1 is equal to R minimum 0 and R2 S2 is equal to R maximum L minus 1, where R minimum and R maximum denote the minimum and maximum gray levels in the image respectively. Thus, the transformation functions stretch the level linearly from their original range to the full range, that is a 0 to L minus 1. Finally, the figure X of D shows the result of using the thresholding function defined previously with R1 is equal to R2 is equal to M, the mean gray level in the image. The original image on which these results are based is a scanning electron microscope image of the pollen magnified approximately 700 times. Then our next topic is gray level slicing. Highlighting a specific range of gray levels in an image often is desired. Applications include enhancing the feature such as masses of water in a satellite imagery and enhancing the flows in X-ray images 40. There are several ways of doing level slicing, but most of them are variation of two basic themes. One approach is to display a high values for all gray levels in the range of interest and low levels for all the other gray levels. This transformation shown in a figure YA produces a binary image. The second approach is based on the transformation shown in the figure Y of B is the brightens the desired range of gray levels but preserve the background and the gray level tonalities in the image. Figure Y of C shows the grayscale image and Y of D shows the result of using the transformation in figure Y of A. The variations of the two transformations shown in figure are easy to formulate. This figure shows the representation of intensity level slicing or gray level slicing. One approach is to display in one value, say white, all the values in the range of interest and in another, say black, all other intensity. This transformation shown in figure produces a binary image, and the second approach based on the transformation as shown in figure is brightens or darkens the desired range of intensity but leave all other intensity level in the image unchanged. Then our next topic is bleed plane slicing. Instead of highlighting the gray level images, highlighting the contribution made to total image appearance by specific bits might be desired. Suppose that each pixel is an image is represented by 8 bits. Imagine that the image is composed of 8 1-bit planes ranging from the bit plane 0 for the least significant bit to the bit plane 7 for the most significant bit. In terms of 8-bit bytes, plane 0 contain all the lowest order bits in the bytes comprising the pixel in the image, and plane 7 contain all the high order bits. Note that the higher order bits, especially the top 4, contain the majority of the visually significant data. The other bit planes contribute to more subtle details in the image. Separating the digital image into its bit plane is useful for analyzing the relative importance played by each bit of the image, a process that aids in determining the adequacy of the number of bits used to quantize each pixel. The figure shows the representation of bit plane slicing representation of 8-bit image. In terms of bit plane extraction for an 8-bit image, it is not difficult to show that the binary image for the bit plane 7 can be obtained by processing the input image with the thresholding gray level transformation function that one map all the levels in the image between 0 to 127 to one level. For example, 0 and 2 maps all levels between 129 and 255 to the other, for example 255. The binary image for a bit plane 7 in figure. As shown in figure, an 8-bit image may be considered as being composed of 8 1-bit plane with a plane 1 containing the lowest order bit of all the pixels in the image, and plane 8 all the highest order bits. This is all about the bit plane representation of 8-bit image. This is all about we are discussed is about intensity transformation functions. Thank you guys.